In 2005, Little Rock was dubbed the meanest city in the nation toward homelessness. At the time, the city had over 3,000 homeless people, with about half of them living on the streets. To address this issue, Little Rock and North Little Rock developed a 10-year plan in hopes to end chronic homelessness.
The city of Little Rock and North Little Rock really hadn't done much formally in the way of dealing with homelessness. And I'm talking about 8 years ago. They were embarrassed by that. People called them on it, said the city should be doing more. Cities got in the game, and it became a public issue that got some emphasis on the public agenda.
Well, I think the 10-year plan is a guide that the City of Little Rock has established to try to address the issue of homelessness. And inside the 10-year plan, they try to specifically address ending chronic homelessness, where it's those individuals that have been on the street for long periods of time, and there is a possibility of finding some type of transitional housing or permanent housing for them to move into and get them off the street.
Been doing this about 14 years now, and as long as I'm on this side of the dirt, I'm doing good. Wake up inhaling, exhaling.
Well, I'm choosing to be outside. I don't like the shelter systems and the way they're ran. Some of them are pretty horrible.
VA was supposed to take care of me, but they keep putting me up. They say I'm not messed up enough.
Some people would say that housing, that being homelessness is the absence of housing. I mean, in a way, that's a simple but eloquent definition. I think it's a lot more than that, though, too. To have a roof over your head on a regular basis, a predictable basis, is very, very important. But there's other things that go along with it, so what we would call supportive or wraparound services. Those are often not readily available on a continuing basis. You might run out of your eligibility for something. So when you're dependent on a combination of services from various agencies, there's no guarantee that they're all going to be there all the time. I think that was one thing we were trying to do with the plan, was to start talking about how could we build the assurance that there would be more agencies doing more things on a regular basis.
Really sucked, though, because nobody really cared, you know. A lot of folks don't, but most of the folks that help the homeless is the churches. People that really, you know, people that do care, people that care about you. Yeah. They'll help you any way they can.
The ministry great, but not everybody want to believe in Jesus after what happened, the tragedy, losing children and wives. So, you know, I just said, well, maybe counseling. It'll kind of help out a little bit of shelter-wise too, a little bit for them with counseling. You know, the counseling actually push real nice. I haven't seen a lot of counseling. I just seen like for the helping for the shots, for flu, stuff like that, but I haven't seen the counseling at all.
Ever seen ministries help me out for the shower?
I think River City Ministries has done a wonderful job of opening their doors to more people than they've ever served before. And they provide food, and it's not an emergency shelter, so they're not sleeping there, but a chance to take a shower, get mail, all the things that we intended to be in a day resource center.
And they're going to bring the same services from North Little Rock to the facility here in Little Rock that the city now owns at 3000 Confederate Boulevard. They'll help the homeless find and secure their birth certificates, driver's license. They'll have very basic health care screening that will take place. There will be opportunities for them to shower, do their laundry. They'll have a snack meal for breakfast. They'll have lunch that would be provided for them every day. There'll be opportunities for them to get onto the computers and to look at job banks and things of that nature where there may be jobs so they can go apply for jobs. They'll have social services for case management, and they'll go into case management.
Even with the services offered by the Day Resource Center, there are some obstacles harder to overcome.
Basically, they don't want to put us to work, you know. And a lot of us have received injuries out here and all that, and here we are crippling around, and we're not able to right now.
Hey, I want a job. If you find me a job, it's good. You know what I'm saying? I pay my rent.
I'm 52 years old. Back when I was in my teens, you know, I got in a little trouble with the law then, but I stayed out of trouble a long time after that.
We all get in trouble every now and then.
But they still look at that, you know, and it never goes away. And, you know, after 30 years, you'd think, wow, you know, what's up? They're still holding it against me. So.
Those agencies that serve people who are homeless have been asked to shoulder way too much responsibility for social services. I think the real funding has got to come from government and the private sector.
Hey, the money that y'all donating to the people that are homeless, man, they're taking advantage of people.
It's not getting to us.
It's not getting to us.
It's not getting to us at all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
If you donate millions of dollars to the homeless people, why you can't take some abandoned buildings and make them out of low-income houses to help us?
Yeah. General Assembly here in Arkansas passed a bill, as you're probably familiar, that's a housing trust fund. It sounds exciting. It's great. A lot of hard work by Joyce Elliott and other senators got it passed, and it wasn't funded.
Homelessness is a community problem. And I think inside the community, there's the issue of corporations. And in talking to corporations that are downtown, you know, I've actually said to them, I believe you have a corporate responsibility to reach out and to help deal with the issue of homelessness.
The kind of prevailing community attitudes about homelessness and homeless people has been a big challenge. I mean, it's everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people are saying, yeah, maybe they need some help, but not in my yard, not in my neighborhood, not here. Do it somewhere else.
To some extent, we are a brother's keeper. We do have a social responsibility, a moral responsibility, and then inside of the faith community, a faith responsibility to care for people that are hurting.
Well, like I say, this one friend of ours, you know, he's blind. That's why he's out here. He gets a little old bitty check you couldn't even pay rent with, much less utilities and food and, you know, a lot of different reasons.
We had to take our pride and throw it in the curb to go out here and ask them. We keep our dignity, that's who we are. And that's what we are, and that's what we need to get out there to them people, that hey, we're human beings just like you are, okay?
We just want to be treated right, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
That anybody can become homeless just that quick. You could be working daily, have a job, a home, and all of a sudden lose your income. And it's just a matter of time before you lose your home, you lose your car, and everything else. Next thing you know, boom, you're home.
Homelessness has changed, and the face of homelessness has changed. And so in 2011, what does a homeless person look like? Looks like me. It looks like you.
I mean, we just look like normal people. We might be dragging bags like I do, but you know, there's even some that don't do that.
A lot of folks, they couldn't look at me until I was homeless. Because, you know, I wasn't dirty, I wasn't hungry, I don't beg.
I think generally the population who we consider homeless is very much like the general population. It's just that they've had either a run of bad fortune, or they have been ill, or have some other reason that they can't maintain housing and a job.
I think we still drive by a homeless person and we look at them in a very condescending type of way. And we think, you know, they need to be off the streets. Somebody needs to do something.
We're not human beings to them. They do harass. You got some that You got some guys, cops that are nice, they'll talk to you, and they'll say, look, man, you know, like the one that came back yesterday, Poe.
I mean, you know, some of them are very helpful with us. Some of them are, you know, they don't want to be involved, or you know, they're like, you know, a lot of us, I mean, we're not unbathed, we're not unclean. I mean, they are some that are, but, but you know, I mean, we're not bad people, you know, we're just stuck between here and there, you know.
I mean, it's tough, it's hard. Homelessness is not a walk in the park.
I don't do this. Could you spare a dime or some change?
I think my appeal would be find a place to serve. Find an event, find a place where you can serve a meal at one of the shelters. Become acquainted with the issue of homelessness here in Central Arkansas. Make that a personal responsibility this next year in your life to say, I want to learn more about homelessness in Central Arkansas. And then I would challenge them to say, now that I've learned something about it, what can I do about it? How can I be involved?